Good day everybody, welcome back to the channel, welcome to the fifth and final prediction video for the 2024-2025 NHL season. I already did 4 videos predicting all the divisions. Today it's about the playoffs, and in the end of the video you will know who will I pick to win the Stanley Cup in 2025. Last year's finalists are represented with the jerseys, the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers, and I'm wearing Anaheim because I think they are in the mix for the playoffs, not this year, but the year after. So I think the Ducks should be in the playoffs in the 2025-2026 season. But now, this is even more in the future. Let's talk about the playoffs in 2025 as I predict them. Let's get it on. All right, here's the board. Let's get it on. I started with the Eastern Conference on this side, Western Conference on this side, and I will eliminate the teams as they get eliminated during the playoffs. My pick in the East was Florida to win the Atlantic against a wildcard team named Detroit. Will be, I'm pretty sure, an interesting series, but in the end, Florida should advance to the second round. Their opponent would be determined in the matchup between the Boston Bruins and the Buffalo Sabres. And yeah, the Bruins still haven't signed Swayman yet at the day of recording. If they don't do it, I don't see them as a playoff team. If they do, yeah, they will be right there. And they should go by the Buffalo Sabres to advance into the second round. I wish the Sabres all the best. I really hope they make the playoffs this year. If they do, and if the Bruins sign Swayman and this matchup takes place, I still think Boston will win. Metro side. New York Rangers to win the Metropolitan Division, and their opponent, wildcard team, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, I still think the Lightning will make the playoffs, but they will not get past the Rangers. Last matchup on the eastern side would be the New Jersey Devils against the Carolina Hurricanes. I really think the Devils will be the team to go into the second round and meet the Rangers there. We will come to this in a minute. But first, let's check the first round on the western side. Winners of the Pacific, Edmonton Oilers, and their opponents should be the wildcard team, the Utah Hockey Club. Yeah, I think Utah will make the playoffs. Very good young team. I talked about them in another video. And in this round, yeah, I think it would be a great success for Utah to go to the playoffs, maybe even get a third home game. But in the end, I think the Oilers should go past the Utah Hockey Club. Next matchup on the Pacific side, Vancouver and Vegas, the 2-against-3 matchup. And yeah, I think the time of Vegas as a contender is not here anymore. Of course, Vancouver has to have a healthy Thatcher Demko to advance, but if they do, I think the Vancouver Canucks should go to the second round again. And finally, the central side, Dallas, I picked to win the division against the Seattle Kraken. Yeah, it's Dallas. No surprises until this point. The Dallas Stars should go to the second round over Seattle. Yeah, I said this also 2 years ago when it was Colorado and Seattle, but let's see about that. Final matchup, Nashville and Colorado. I think if this really happens, this will be one of the most fascinating matchups of the whole first round. And I think this matchup would go into a Game 7. And I think in the end, Juuse Saros makes the difference and Nashville advances to the second round. Okay, first round done. Second round. Let's stay in the West. Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks for the second year in a row. And I think for the second year in a row, the Oilers should go to the conference final. They are, I think they're stronger than the Canucks. Maybe the goaltending could play into the Canucks' advantage, but let's see about that. Anyway, I picked the Oilers. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. They should go to the conference final. Their opponent there, Dallas or Nashville? I think Nashville. With the experience of Steven Stamkos, with the goaltending of Juuse Saros, with the goal scoring of Jonathan Marchessault, and all the other guys they already had. I think the Predators are due for a run. In the East, Florida and Boston. Yeah, this was the first round matchup 2 years ago, when the Panthers went all the way to the final. And I think they will again go to the conference final, Florida over Boston. The Panthers, yeah, they played a lot of hockey, but I think they still have Boston in them. And finally, Rangers and the Devils. Yeah, and this is definitely a coin flip. Depending on the day, depending on the situation, I think this matchup should go to a Game 7. In the end, yeah, as mentioned, it's a coin flip. I give it to the Devils. Don't know why, I just give it to the Devils. Absolutely 50-50 matchup. I think in the end the Devils. Jacob Markstrom over Igor Shesterkin. Let's see about that. Alright, this brings us to conference final. Florida Panthers against the New Jersey Devils. And yeah, here I think fatigue comes into play. I think the Devils will advance. If the Rangers go to the conference final, I also would think the Rangers would advance over the Florida Panthers. They played way too much hockey in the recent years. I think they're still good to go to the conference final, but not beyond. I think the Devils will make it to the final. And their opponents, Nashville or Edmonton. I think it's the Oilers' turn again to go to the conference final. They may to go to the Stanley Cup final, sorry. They did it last year and went to a Game 7, lost it. I think this year they are due to go to the final again. And are they due to win the Stanley Cup? Oilers or Devils? I think this will be a very close matchup. I think in the end, the Edmonton Oilers should be the Stanley Cup champions in 2025. Finally, a first cup for Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. This team is definitely due to win a Stanley Cup. So many other teams are too, but the Oilers, again, with the Game 7 experience they had in this year's playoffs, next year, I think they should go over the hump and make it to win the Stanley Cup. Alright, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comment section below. Am I right? Let me know in the comment section below as well. Who do you pick to win the Stanley Cup in 2025? Let's have a nice chat about that. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And see you soon with more talk about hockey here on the channel. And, oh yeah, I also have this one. A nice box with some jerseys. Haven't opened it yet. It's about time to do it. I think this should be the next hockey video. Thank you very much once again for watching. And see you soon back here on the channel. Until then, have a good time. Goodbye.